Welcome. I don't know if your Sundays are like mine, but especially when I had a lot of children at home, it was so hectic. And you know, Sunday's supposed to be a day of rest, but I used to think, well, where's the rest? We're all rushing around trying to get off to church, and you know, if you don't go to church, maybe there's some other mornings that you're just rushing around trying to get your children off to school, and you need something quick and easy. Well, I want to do, I know you've probably already done breakfast casseroles before, and I have too. It's actually been a while though, a very long while. And I happened to run across this sausage, egg, and cheese bake the other day. And you can cook it as soon as you make it, or you can put it in the fridge overnight. And the person said that I got it from said she likes to put it in the fridge overnight. So I put one in the fridge last night and baked it this morning. And I will show you that one before I leave here. So don't let me forget. Okay. But I'm going to run through the steps, and it won't take long because I've prepared and done a lot of it ahead of time to save time. But Ronnie really doesn't like a lot of cheese, and this called for 2 cups, which you can buy any brand. But this says that it makes about 2 cups, so I didn't even measure it into a measuring cup. I actually just used the whole bag last night and poured it. But I may put less on this one because he don't like a lot of cheese. We will taste this one to see how it tastes because I have never tasted it. But I love casseroles and I love sausage, and it's a sausage, egg, and cheese, and I love cheese for sure. All right, so the first thing you want to do is to get you 2 packs of sausage like this right here. It can be any brand. I used the Jimmy Dean, and I used one that's hot and one that is mild, well, or regular. Now, personally, if I still had small children or around, I probably would use both of them, just the regular, because to me it's good. Anybody can add hot stuff if they want to. But the person's suggestion said they like to use one of each, and I figured that wouldn't be too hot for us. But you take 2 packs, and you brown it with a small onion that you chop up, and you saute it in a fryer, of course. And when you get it ready, you put it on paper towels and drain the grease good, okay? In the meantime, while that's doing, you take a pack of let's see if I'm right here. This is called the pepper mix, ready to eat. It's 3 colors of bell peppers, red, yellow, and green. Now, of course, you could use all green, and of course, you could buy, in fact, it would be cheaper probably to just buy you a bell pepper of each. I probably would only use about half of each to come up with this amount right here. But this time for quickness, I went ahead and used the pre-packaged, but you saute it. You can either put your little butter or oil in the fryer or not, but you saute it. When you get it done, you put it back together with your onion and your sausage. So I'm going to put it back in the fryer. I had taken the grease out of the fryer and used a paper towel to kind of wipe it down. And see if this is hot. I may need a pad. All right, so I'm going to pour this into here. We're going to stir it up really good. This is the 3 colors of the bell pepper. And when you get this stirred up really good, we're going to put it over in our dish. So just make sure it is stirred good and integrated into the pan. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to follow me on Facebook. If you're watching it on Facebook, be sure to go subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're about 93 subscribers away from having a drawing for a cash prize. So tell your friends and family about that. Now, I use the glass dish for the one I'm going to show you. And you could use the disposable pans. I had another glass dish that size, couldn't find it, so I'm using it don't look too good, but I'm using a pan like this for this other one. So when you get this stirred together good, you just put this in the bottom of your pan. All right, and it really doesn't take long to make this at all, so it's not bad. And then if you do it the night before, then you really save a lot of time the next morning. So you just spread that. And you spread your packet of cheese on top. Again, it's 2 cups, but this says it's about 2 cups. And as I said, I'm probably going to put less on this one because Ronnie may not like the one that's got a lot of cheese. But so I'm just going to kind of sprinkle some and not do as much, even though it isn't called a cheese bake. But again, you can always make a recipe suit your taste. So I'm probably only going to put about half the bag on this one. Let's see how that works. And I'm sure it'll still be good. All right, so I only used about half, but you would normally use whole. All right, then the next thing you do, and the last thing, is you take 8 eggs and you whisk them, add a cup of milk, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So here's our 8 eggs. Let's see, where's that little, this thing will be good to put your holes in, won't it? And you probably should break these in a pan first, bowl, to make sure they're okay, but I feel confident that these are out. I just got them actually a day or two ago. So that's 4, 5, I must have got one from that end. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, this would be a recipe that would be easy to have if you don't have a large family, which really we don't, but we'll eat it left over. You could put 4 eggs and a half a pack of that, and only 1 package of sausage and so on. So you could very well half the recipe. You could also double it. So you whisk it with your milk and all this other. But I like to whisk the eggs a little bit first, because time you add the milk, it gets to want to come out of the bowl if you're not careful. So I kind of get the eggs broke up. Okay, let's see here. All right, now we're going to add our cup of milk. And really, like I said, you're supposed to whisk it together. So we'll continue to whisk it out of the bowl, probably, because it's very soupy. And you need a teaspoon of salt and pepper. So we'll do a teaspoon of each of that. Woo! That might be a little bit more. So I dropped some, so I didn't put that much. Salt. Of course, you know your sausage is going to be salty, so you're not going to need a lot of salt. Let me change hands. I am right-handed. Okay, so there's our teaspoon of salt, and we're going to do a half a teaspoon of the garlic powder. And that's it. We're going to whisk it. We're going to pour it on top of that. We're going to put it in the oven and bake it on 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And that's all there is to it. So if you'll make this the night before, cover it with some tin foil or saran wrap. Put it in your fridge. And I would think, I haven't tried it, but you could probably even freeze it and bring it out a week or 2 later. So when you get this done good, okay, so we're just going to pour this over the whole thing. You want to get it over all of it, not just one part. So just pour it. Leave this so it won't get my recipe wet. And that's all there is to it. Now, I'm going to cover it with some tin foil, put it in the fridge, and we will have it either in the morning or the next if we don't eat this one up, because I made an extra one just so I can show you the finished result. So if you'll hang on, we're about to taste this one that I cooked this morning, and that's what we will be eating for breakfast. All right, so like I said, I'm going to let Ronnie, if he wants to, taste it too, because he can tell you, in case you don't like eggs, he can tell you, excuse me, if you don't like cheese, yeah, you might want to lay off on the cheese. Yeah. Woo! We get a different fork, that's all right. I'm just going to give him a little bit, because he may or may not like it. And we're just going to take a taste anyway for you, let me get me another fork. Or I'll just get this spoon right here, be fine. All right, let me see what I think about it. Like I said, I'm not hard to please, so I'm probably going to like it if it's not too hot for me. All right. it's hot. Not hot as in pepper hot or seasoning hot, but stove hot, because I had just taken it out before I started. But it's very, very good to me. Now, I don't know what I said about Ronnie, so you can try it. Now I'll turn around here. Let him try. Because like I said, I put more.
Pretty good.
Even though you don't like cheese, you think it's pretty good?
Not too cheesy.
He said it was not too cheesy, but I did put less on the other one so that it won't be as cheesy. So, fix you some casseroles and get on and get to church on time. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.